So previously when we've seen Everett in the MCU, it's been like strictly business, in the field. But I feel like in this film we get a real insight into his sort of personal life.
A little.
I was wondering, was that kind of an appealing thing about the project, and did it make you view the character differently at all?
I think, to be fair, I don't know what wouldn't have been appealing about it. 'Cause I don't know what I would have had to see in the script to make me go, no, I don't think I'll do this. Because I'm already, I already love being part of it. But it was a nice, I always like seeing, behind the curtain a little bit, I guess. And you do get to see a little bit behind the curtain of Everett's life in a way that he probably wouldn't want you to. I mean, I don't think he would want the audience to see his domestic life, probably, because he is so work, and he's so all about the work and the mission and all of that. It's quite fun when you see people like that, in their gym jams.
Yeah. Well, it's also great because you have a kind of unexpected screen partner in this movie. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it is, so I won't.
Apparently you're not.
Okay.
So we should make someone up.
We will, exactly. Daniel Day-Lewis, oh my gosh.
Yeah. He really can do anything. Yeah.
But in the Vegas terms, I was just wondering, what was your reaction when you found out you'd be collaborating with this particular person? Was it as much a surprise for you as it is for the viewers?
It was a surprise. It was a delightful surprise, because I think this person, let's call him Daniel, it is bordering on genius. I've always thought that about this actor, and working with them was a delight. It was as much of a delight as I hoped it would be, and I was telling my friends, you like this person. You would really like this person if you had a cup of tea with them. Yeah, just delightful. Yeah, and really brilliant at the job. That's what you want. If you got the combination of a delightful person and an excellent technician, which he, she, they are, which Daniel is. It was delightful. Yeah.
And your dynamic is kind of a source of comic relief in the movie. And obviously, you both, again, being vague, but you do both have comedy backgrounds.
I guess.
So I was wondering, was there much kind of scope for sort of improvisation and sort of playing about in those scenes?
There was a little bit. Yeah, there was a little bit of room. I think I wasn't doing it loads. My scene partner wasn't doing it loads either. But I think... I think there was the knowledge of that these scenes they weren't all lighter, but they had some scope for levity, I suppose, which is why they were cast, I guess, because this person is brilliant. I mean, a brilliant actor anyway, but knows comedy very, very well, and is very adept at handling stuff that could be light and turning on a dime and then making it serious. And he's really, really good at that. Those scenes were very enjoyable, And because, again, I wasn't really I didn't do much with my previous comrades from the first film. I'd only had little bits with them, really. So the main bit was with this new scene partner who was, couldn't have been nicer. Yeah.
I think we navigated that very, very
I think we did.
And also I was interested because the superhero genre has been at the centre of a lot of discussion recently, a lot of kind of debate about its kind of position in the film industry.
Right. Okay.
But I feel like the Black Panther movies kind of stand on their own, not only for being sort of huge milestones for representation, but also it feels like these films really have something to say. Like I feel like they really have a great commentary. So I'm just wondering, in this sort of debate about superhero movies, where do you feel that these particular ones kind of fall into that conversation?
Well, I always felt from the time I read the first Black Panther that it was political, not necessarily with a big P either way, but it was saying things that I was vaguely surprised at, to the extent of it. I mean, I think if you go back to the beginning of the MCU, Iron Man says little things too, it does, about the military-industrial complex and about American overseas involvement, stuff like that. Not smashing you over the head with it, because I also don't think it should, because that's not literally our job. But I think alluding to things is fine and responsible and maybe the duty of an artist. And our duty as people who live in free societies is to comment on things anyway. I don't know, I mean, I see what, I see the frustration of some people who say there's too much of it and there's so much of it. And all. I get what they mean, but I just think a good film is a good film. So I think if we want good films, some of them are going to be romantic comedies and some of them are going to be Marvel films or superhero movies. And I think that's fair, really, because that's quite a broad scope. And if we want if we want a palette, an artistic palette that has a lot of different things in it, not only espionage dramas or not only rom-coms, I think the superhero thing has totally earned its place in that.